The Melbourne market has staged a remarkable turnaround, transitioning from a struggling market to one showing promise of considerable buoyancy in the near future. 3 months ago, we reported the first signs of recovery across Greater Melbourne markets, but our latest quarterly survey of sales activity has provided compelling evidence that Melbourne is now coming back quite strongly. The number of locations classified as rising markets has increased fivefold, and the recovering markets have quadrupled, while plateau markets have halved, and the number of declining suburbs has dropped from 67 to just 9. Now that's quite a turnaround. Overall, the number of suburbs with positive classifications, that includes rising, consistency and recovering markets, has increased from 98 to 221, while those with negative rankings, which include plateau markets and declining markets, have decreased from 201 to just 80. The big change has been in suburbs transitioning from declining or plateau markets to recovering one, which means the previous downward trend in sales activity has been arrested, with sales volumes starting to rise again. At the same time, there's been a big jump in the number of rising markets. 3 months ago in our winter survey, we could find only 12 suburbs across the whole Greater Melbourne area with rising sales activity. But now in our spring survey, we have identified 58 rising suburbs. A standout market is the City of Melbourne, which is rising on the back of the emerging national trend of buyers opting increasingly for apartments as a lifestyle choice or as an affordability measure. Of the 10 City of Melbourne suburbs in our analysis, 7 are rising markets, one's a consistency market, and another one is a recovering market. The rising markets include the Melbourne CBD, East Melbourne, West Melbourne, and Docklands. The nearby city of Yarra also has 4 rising markets. Those are the suburbs of Collingwood, Fitzroy, Clifton Hill and Abbotsford, and there's also 2 recovering markets amongst the 7 suburbs in our analysis. Collingwood's a good example. There the median prices are 1.2 million for houses, 635,000 for apartments, and they've recorded quarterly sales in the past year of 48, 53, 68, 80, a pattern which shows steadily rising buyer activity in that suburb. But it's the outer ring municipalities which perhaps best illustrate the recovery trend in the Greater Melbourne market. The city of Casey in the far southeast, which previously had many declining suburbs, now has 3 rising and 9 recovering suburbs amongst the 15 in our analysis, with only 1 declining suburb remaining. And there the growth markets include suburbs like Botanic Ridge, Doverton and Endeavour Hills. The neighbouring city of Frankston now has all 8 suburbs in our analysis with positive classifications, including 6 recovering markets. Outer ring local government areas in the north and the west, including Whittlesea, Hume, Wyndham and Melton, also demonstrate the recovery theme in the Melbourne market. In the city of Wyndham in the far southwest, all 8 suburbs in our analysis are now classified as recovering markets. In the city of Whittlesea in the north, 8 of the 10 suburbs are recovering market. In the Hume local government area on the northern fringe, the 12 suburbs on our list include 9 with positive rankings, including 5 recovering and 3 consistency markets. Now the city of Melton is one of Greater Melbourne's strongest precincts. The 16 suburbs in the survey include 5 rising, 4 consistency and 4 recovering markets. And the rising markets include Brookfield, Kurrajong and Ware Views. These are all places with median house prices in the 500,000s, and it's that affordability relative to the Greater Melbourne median house price of over 900,000 which is underpinning demand in these locations. Middle market precincts are also doing well, and they include Whitehorse, where the 16 suburbs in our analysis include 6 rising, 2 consistency and 5 recovering markets. Box Hill, for example, is a rising market, and Burwood East stands out for its consistency of quarterly sales. The Mornington Peninsula, previously a national leader on price growth but past its peak in the last 12 to 18 months, is now showing increasing evidence of recovery. 16 suburbs in the report include 10 with positive rankings. Sorrento, where the median house price is over $2 million, stands out with quarterly sales which have doubled in the past year. A growing trend of buyers opting for units and townhouses, which is evident in the inner city municipalities like Melbourne and Yarra is showing up also in price movements in suburbs across Greater Melbourne. There's quite a long list of locations where the median house price has fallen in the latest quarter, but the median unit price has risen, and they include suburbs like Bentley, Black Rock, Burwood, Canterbury, Cremorne, Essendon North, Glen Waverley, Ivanhoe, McKinnon, Newport, North Melbourne and West Footscray. In North Melbourne, the median for houses is down 5% to 1.3 million in the latest quarter, but units have risen 2% to 550,000, and that shows that the typical unit is well under half the price of typical houses in this suburb, and there have been just 64 house sales in the past 12 months, but 171 unit sales. In Ormond in the Glen Eira local government area, the median house price is down almost 8% to 1.7 million in the past 3 months, but the unit median is up 4% to 610,000. And the typical unit now costs less than half the price of typical houses in this suburb, and accordingly there have been 48 house sales but 71 unit sales in the past 12 months. All in all, the Melbourne market is well and truly on the way back, with strong trends emerging in specific sectors, demonstrating yet again that there are markets within markets.